Whew. My God, guys and girls, what a WrestleMania it's been so far. And we've only had a couple, like 4, 5, 6 matches altogether so far of the 17. Right. Anyway, so just watching the Shane Mcmahon versus The Miz in a Falls Count Anywhere. And oh my God, it went everywhere. The name of the title of the match. Whew. Interesting one, that one. Basically, they're having a fight, and basically it leads outside, and Shane McMahon goes over to his father, trying to antagonize him, and then coaxes him to run around the arena after him, after he put his hands on his dad and all that, on the Miz's dad, and that really got him started. There was a couple of punches, to be honest, like, Shane McMahon had the upper hand at the start, kept using those, like, punches, those quick, like, sort of jabs and all that he normally does. And I'll tell you what, fantastic match so far. Even though it was kind of short as well. I was hoping for it to be a bit longer. But whew, what a heck of a match it was. And then they went all the way around the arena, and then basically got his dad in, actually. His dad came into the ring, and it was really funny. He was trying to get his father, the Miz's father and all that, trying to coax him. Because Shane McMahon was going to go at the top. He's beating the crap out of the Miz outside the arena. And it went all over the place. And then they were going to get him to the table. He got the Miz on the table and took the actual strips away and all the television. He hit him over the head with, I think it was with the TV, wasn't it? A television set, or was it one of those little monitors? And then he was on the table. And Shane McMahon was climbing up to the top of the turnbuckle, to where the actual commentary people are, the commentary tables. And he was just about to jump off, and then his dad steps in. The Miz's dad is like, "No, don't you jump on top of him," and all that. And it was getting really sort of good, like, sort of drama. And then he stood in front of him, and then basically he said, "Oh, you can do that." I was hoping for Shane McMahon actually to still jump, but land on top of the dad. Now, that would have been more exciting when he jumps on top of his father and then squashes his son underneath, and then they fall on top of each other and they both go together. That would have been, like, sort of a interesting match. But I think his father was, like, in his 60s or something. So for him to come into a WWE ring, I mean, you got to applaud his dad and all that. At least he came in and all that and had a little bit of a wrestle match. I wouldn't say a wrestling match, but he came in, and Shane McMahon was, like, coaxing him to get into the ring after he decided to get back down from the turnbuckle, and then he's just saying, come on, get in the ring. And then he's, like, because the father was putting his hands up, like, ready to duke out and all that. He was duking out with him, or was going to, and then he put his, like he was going to box his ears in or something. And then Shane McMahon came over, and then he put his hands, like, in a different area, up a bit, to make it so he's got more more coverage, so he doesn't get hit in the face or something. And he was just basically trying to humiliate him, basically, and trying to piss him off. And then Shane McMahon basically got him in the corner, beating him up and put him on the floor and all that. And then the Miz came in and started chasing him around, gave him the biggest beating he's ever had, because that really started it off. And then Shane McMahon was on the floor for a few minutes, all the way around the arena, getting beaten up. And then the final conclusion of this, there was a scaffolding area, and they were having a fight. The Miz done that crushing finale, and didn't work out. Shane McMahon did the DDT right onto the platform near the scaffolding onto the floor, but he didn't climb up yet straight away. So then he started making his way around, then got to the scaffolding. I think he hit the Miz with a sort of a case, one of those where they put all the equipment in there, like a sort of a case, solid case. And then suddenly started walking out, climbing up to the scaffolding, and then there's, like, Shane McMahon on the corner, on the edge of the scaffolding, and then the Miz, like, coming behind him.
But what Shane told him at the start,
yeah,
he said, he is the Mrs.
Yeah, he's the Miz's boss and all that, and he was going to do what he wanted. So he wanted that match basically, and he was actually saying, "I'm the best in the world. I'm the best in the world," and all that. And then he had the commentary bloke, the one that's on the speaker bloke, the ones that calls out the names and stuff. He had him to actually call him the best in the world, and then hold it in for a long time, for like the best in the world and all that kind of stuff. And then it got to the final bit of the scaffolding, and by God, that was good. That was good. Basically, he got up to the top as well. Miz got up to the top, and they were duking it out at the top as well. And then suddenly, the Miz was getting him on the edge. I thought he was going to throw him off the actual top of it, off the actual scaffolding. Now, you know, Shane McMahon, he likes jumping, he likes climbing to the top, and he likes getting high up, and he likes jumping off high, like, sort of apparatus. And he just gets in there, and he just jumps, and he don't care about his well-being. He just throws himself off there, injures himself, whether he makes it or not. Well, this came to the conclusion. Then suddenly, the Miz grabbed hold of him into a sort of like a superplex sort of thing. So he grabbed hold of him, lifted him up, and then he literally got him up in the air and then threw him down to the corner on the edge of the scaffolding. They both went together. And the really funniest thing on it as well, not funniest thing, but the actual really good thing about it, Shane McMahon won, because when they both went down and they went onto a platform afterwards, I think there was boxes down anyway, so they were safe anyway, so it was all like pretty much not going to injure themselves. You know what all wrestling's like, it is fake to some degree, but this was a good one. This was a good match. We had the boxes at the bottom, which actually broke their fall, so but the thing is, Shane McMahon was on top of the Miz. Then, because it was a false count anywhere, they could get pinned anywhere, use weapons, no disqualification, everything. Or anyone could got in, really, to be honest, and it was good. So, basically, Shane McMahon was on top of him after getting suplexed off the actual scaffolding, and then came down to the bottom, and he was lying on top of him, and then the referee came along, 1, 2, 3. And then, actually, I didn't even know actually how Shane McMahon could have kicked out of the skull-crushing finale either. That was really good of him. He kicked out of that. You would think it would have been all done, because hardly anyone kicks out of that move. But anyway, and it is wrestling after all, so yeah. Anyway, guys and girls, cheers for watching. Stay safe. This is just a quick sort of review of the match. But yeah, this was really good match. Hopefully the matches like this keep on going tonight. And I can't wait for Ronda Rousey's match, and I can't wait for Triple H's match either, versus Batista. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'll upload some of these reviews of the matches on here. Cheers for watching. Stay safe. It is the 8th of April, Monday, 2019. And it is 2:19 in the morning. Stay safe, all.